Welcome to the Nutrition Table. This is an ambitious strength podcast built to kick down nutrition barriers for everyday humans such as knowledge, time, and money. We aim to kick nutrition myths to the curb and help people understand how they can eat better to feel better, perform better, and be better. Environment dictates restraint. We see it everywhere. We see it in the body. We see it in training. We see it in nutrition. We see it in recovery from addiction. Our environment dictates whether or not we can continue to make these decisions, and not necessarily whether or not we can continue to make these decisions, but how hard or how easy these decisions are to make. So again, environment dictates restraint. If something like a candy bar is sitting in front of us, it's a lot harder for us mentally to restrain ourselves from consuming the candy bar. Same thing goes for the bag of chips in your cupboard. Every time you open the cupboard, maybe to eat a healthy snack, you're still reminded of those chips and you'll still want them. Environment dictates restraint. In training, we like to say structure dictates function. So your joint is restrained to the range of motion that the actual physicality of the bones will allow. Maybe there is some tightness in tendons, ligaments, and bones, and that will cause some change. But overall, the environment is going to dictate what you have as input and output. So if you're wondering why, even though you've moved the chips from the counter to the cupboard, you still can't seem to stop, it's because they're still there. And even though you don't see them as frequently, subconsciously, you still know they're there. They're in your environment. So what do we need to do? We need to change your environment. And this has several factors. This can be the people in your environment. It can be the food that you keep in your environment, the food that you keep in your fridge and your freezer, where you go each and every day, and what those habits can stimulate. Sometimes we're unaware of these things. And so I would forward you to my habit tracking, and so that you could take the time to track your habits and see if there aren't any triggers that might be leading into some of these poor habits. Again, this is our environment, so we're learning how to control our environment so that we can get the response and the results that we want by kicking those things that don't support that output and that success. Sometimes it might even be the group of people we're hanging out with tend to go eat takeout more. So although you don't want to limit your social life, maybe finding other people that you can share and fill some of your social cup with that have other habits that might link a little bit more closely to what you're looking for in the long run. So just remember that the next time things feel like they're not going your way, or you don't feel like you have really great control, to look back and look at your environment in a lot of these situations. A lot of the time, it's the environment that is not conducive to your success. And it's pretty easy to change that. I mean, I say it's easy. It's hard to find what we need to change. But once we find that, there's a pretty easy answer on how to change it. And that is to eliminate it from the environment or minimize it at best.